Cristiano Ronaldo has completed a move back to his former club, Manchester United, to cap off a crazy summer transfer window. With the Red Devils looking to improve on last season and make a serious title challenge, the addition of Ronaldo is an intriguing one, given United have already signed Sancho and Varane, while retaining Edinson Cavani's services. Let's cast our minds back and revisit Ronaldo's history at Manchester United, an era when United grew to the peak of their powers, before dissecting Ronaldo's current game and what he can still offer United. Cristiano Ronaldo initially joined Manchester United at the age of just 18, having impressed the entire United squad in a friendly while playing for Sporting Lisbon in August 2003. Sir Alex Ferguson, then United manager, was similarly impressed, and United subsequently splashed out north of £12 million for the Portuguese winger, stealing him from under the noses of a plethora of alternative suitors. Ronaldo joined United as an extremely raw talent, but a talent nonetheless. He was a tricky dribbler, a mercurial player who would wow the audience without necessarily making a definitive impact in a game. The likes of Keane, Scholes and Gary Neville in the United squad appreciated this limitation and sought to remove the extravagance from Ronaldo's game with a combination of tough treatment and valuable advice in training. The development process may have been set in motion, but such profound changes take time. And ultimately, Ronaldo was just an 18-year-old. The burden of expectation shouldn't have been his to deal with. The magical talent who came off the bench versus Bolton in August 2003 seemed to prioritise showing off his skills over making a decisive impact, such a facet that saw nicknames such as Show Pony pursue Ronaldo in his early days at United. Returns of 6 goals in 40 games and 9 goals in 50 games in 2003-2004 and 2004-2005 mirrored the notion that Ronaldo was a raw talent who consistency evaded. Ronaldo needed time and nurturing if he was to optimise his development and maximise his potential. Flashes of brilliance were sparsely spread out across these first 2 seasons, but each occasion he made an impact was a prudent reminder of Ronaldo's talents, be it his goal in the 2003-2004 FA Cup final versus Millwall or goal and assist versus Arsenal at Highbury in 2004-2005 in a high-octane encounter. In the big picture, a teenaged Ronaldo was a mere microcosm of United's overall inconsistencies in the 2003-2005 period. Come early 2006, Ronaldo appeared to be elevating his game. He was now providing chances at a more consistent rate, producing shooting chances for teammates Rooney, Van Nistelrooy and Zaha on a more regular basis. Ronaldo ultimately hit 9 goals in the league in 2005-2006 and almost doubled his assist tally from the previous 2 seasons, with 7 assists in 33 games. A player who exuded skill, confidence and more than a hint of extravagance was now complementing these facets with end product. But the controversy surrounding Ronaldo's game was still rife. Ruud van Nistelrooy, for example, complained about playing with Ronaldo, stating that the Portuguese winger took too many touches and overcomplicated scenarios in the final third. The clinical Dutch striker often mistimed his runs in the box and missed out on chances as a result of Ronaldo's unrefined game. Meanwhile, at the 2006 World Cup, Ronaldo's cheeky wink at his Portuguese teammates after his United teammate Wayne Rooney was sent off for a stamp on Ricardo Carvalho threatened to cause major disruptions to the Old Trafford dressing room once the domestic season began. Despite all the controversy, Sir Alex Ferguson added clarity to Ronaldo's game by selling Ruud van Nistelrooy. Ronaldo and Rooney were to be United's dynamic goal threat in the 2006-2007 season, supported by the likes of Zaha, Giggs and current United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Rumours suggested Ronaldo and Rooney made up immediately after returning to pre-season, and this notion was supported as Rooney set up Ronaldo to score inside 15 minutes at home to Fulham in the 2006-2007 season opener. United romped to a 5-1 win that day and ultimately won their first league title since Ronaldo joined in 2003. Ronaldo himself scored 17 goals and made 16 assists in the league that season, enough to earn him the PFA Player of the Season and Young Player of the Season awards. Ronaldo's talent was being nurtured. A skinny but talented youngster was filling out and could add world-class strength, power, acceleration, aerial prowess to his repertoire. Even more notably, there was an exponential increase in intent to Ronaldo's game. He was still a mercurial winger, but one whose intentions were to make a decisive impact in the final third, be it at the end of his dribbles, runs or combinations with teammates. He was often seen driving at fullbacks, prying for a space to get a shot away. He created goals from nothing and dragged United to points they otherwise would never have won. Similarly, off the ball, Ronaldo was greedy for goals, showing desire and maturity to time runs into the box to meet crosses and through balls. From set pieces, he began to power home free kicks and he frequently tucked away pressure penalties. Ronaldo was a dependable talent that United could turn to when the going was tough, and his performance levels were the major contributing factor to United's stellar 2006-2007 season. After winning the league but seeing them crash out in the semi-finals of the Champions League, Sir Alex Ferguson invested heavily prior to the 2007-2008 season, most notably buying Carlos Tevez to play alongside Wayne Rooney up front. Both players were goal threats, but neither played as out-and-out strikers. The onus was now on Ronaldo to be the end product juggernaut, piercing gaps in opposition defences to fill his boots, while Tevez and Rooney combined, created and distorted defences. Ronaldo didn't just step up to the task, but he exceeded all expectations, scoring 31 goals and assisting 7 in the league in just 34 appearances. He added a further 8 goals in the Champions League and 3 in the FA Cup, bringing his total to 42 for the season, an unfathomable total. He was crowned the world's best player in December, winning the Ballon d'Or, and was integral to United winning a legendary league and Champions League double. The reason for such an explosion in Ronaldo's end product is in part due to United's quality, but largely due to subtle improvements to Ronaldo's already sublime performance levels. Ronaldo trained diligently to work on his finishing. He worked with coaches to devise the optimal finish for every scenario and position he could find himself in, and then worked on executing these finishes on the pitch. Ronaldo scored bullet headers, glancing headers, volleys, heel kicks, long-range strikes, tap-ins, slotted finishes, dinks past onrushing keepers, and of course, a plethora of mesmerising free kicks. Ironically, the only notable mistake people remember from this season was Ronaldo's penalty miss in the Champions League shootout. It was ultimately inconsequential as United won, but it shouldn't be forgotten that it was Ronaldo's goals that helped United reach that final, including an athletic-headed finish in the final itself. Ronaldo was the complete attacker, roaming from wing to wing, from wide to central, from the towards the ball to space in behind, all in order to find a way to make the decisive impact in a game. He was an extravagant, talented winger-forward hybrid whose movement devastated defences and who exuded ice-cool instincts in front of goal. Ronaldo's 2008-2009 season at United never reached the same levels of output, but Ronaldo was still comfortably the best player in the league, and his 38 goal contributions in 53 games saw United win their 3rd consecutive league title, reach another Champions League final, and win the Club World Cup. United, much like Ronaldo, never reached the 2007-2008 level of producing weekly virtuoso performances, but they did enough to win almost all set in front of them. Ronaldo himself continued his athletic development and now held a frighteningly powerful frame. His machine-like body was mirrored by his metronomic consistency and accuracy in front of goal. Ronaldo frequently dragged United out of the mire by producing the goods, scoring from chances he created himself when United weren't flowing. He could no longer rely on free-flowing football to aid his cause, and he resembled more of an efficient player than one at the top of a well-rounded game. Ronaldo subsequently moved to Madrid after a myriad of managers and tactics while there was eventually further refined into the epitome of goal-scoring efficiency, helping Real win countless trophies, both domestic and European. A shock move to Juventus in 2018 saw Ronaldo continue such goal-scoring, having further refined his game from wide forward to forward and eventually to penalty box striker. The quality of his movement and his level of athleticism barely declined as Ronaldo's peak fell further into the rearview mirror. Thus, his impact at the highest level remained at levels only replicated by Lionel Messi in modern football, levels that will likely never be replicated. So, where is Ronaldo's game currently at now that he's rejoining United for a cut-price fee? How good is Ronaldo still, given he's 36 years of age? The answer, good enough to make a decisive impact at the top end of the pitch. What role will Ronaldo fill? Ronaldo will most likely play up front as a lone striker in United's 4-2-3-1. His movement will be similar to Cavani's in terms of largely vacating central zones when United are in ball progression, primarily stretching the opponent's defensive line. Ronaldo is, of course, a significant upgrade on virtually all strikers, whose primary role is scoring goals rather than contributing to creation. Him and Cavani will share minutes as United's striking options, and perhaps, in the odd scenario, they will play together up front. How valuable will he be to United? Extremely. Not only will he add a knack of scoring key goals, but he can be a role model to young players such as Mason Greenwood. With Ronaldo sharing his wealth of experience across Europe, players can learn from his mentality, mindset, movement, and tactical acumen. Ultimately, there is very little semblance of the mercurial, unpredictable, yet highly talented winger that joined United 18 years ago in Cristiano Ronaldo. Where he goes, success follows. He epitomizes hard work, intent, and efficiency on a football field. His execution is flawless, and regardless of how refined his role is, he will make his chance count. Granted, Ronaldo is no longer a buccaneering winger with an eye for bountiful goal-scoring returns, nor is he the all-action, well-rounded goal-scoring phenomenon he once was. But he does guarantee goals, professionalism, and a high chance of success. The question shouldn't be, can Ronaldo still make an impact? Rather, for how long can Ronaldo keep making an impact?